What we're doing today is we're introducing Samantha and Phoenix to the step-up box. And we're helping Samantha problem solve, and we're helping Phoenix problem solve. These are some things that you can do in the wintertime when there's 8 inches of snow on the ground and your barn is too low to ride in. You adapt and overcome. So what Samantha's gonna do, you get one step and a pet. Remember to think before you do and feel for the slightest try so that you don't, if you ask for more than you need, you're going to get more than you want. Practice feeling, reading your intentions. Practice feeling. There. And this is not a speed event. This is just an opportunity for a human and a horse to interact. And this is the way I teach it. That don't mean it's the only way. And I do know that this horse and this girl have made tremendous amounts of progress. Remember to think what you want so the horse can read your intentions, then ask with enough feel to get a try, but not so much feel. So if you didn't get a try, you have to keep asking. You can't ask and then not get a response and then quit, or the horse will learn to ignore you. We don't want the horse to ignore you. So you have to ask as light as you possibly can and not be afraid to escalate that ask until you get a try, at least a mental try. If you could get one more step with the inside front foot, that's good right there, Samantha. Now rub that horse on the belly. You're gonna have to lay across that horse and put some weight on his back in order to reach that belly, aren't you?
Yeah.
If your feet come off the box,
There we go.
then what that tells us is you really didn't scare your horse, but you weren't quite prepared.
Yeah.
And so even though the horse filled in for you, you still need to get better, don't you?
Yeah. Just takes more practice.
Practice is the key word, isn't it? You took for a try so you can reward it. The reason that we don't use tools like a dressage whip or a flag is because I want this horse feeling of Samantha mentally, and I want that halter rope, which we're calling a rein today. I want that rein connected to this horse's mind and its feet. And when things go gunny bags, you smile and you start over. It's not a speed event. First, the horse gives you its attention, then you move a foot or something else, but the horse has to be focused on you before you can achieve any kind of educational situation. That's beautiful right there. Can you ask for a step? And remember, when you ask for a step, I want you to refine that ask so you only get what you need, not a runaway or a crazy act. 2 seconds is long enough, so ask for the inside there. Now the horse is trying to adjust so that it can step past the box, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you bring that horse up there, you have to be really picky about where you send the horse and what your intentions are. You're not going to get that horse to go forward by pulling that rope towards you, are you?
No.
That's going to cause the hind end to disengage. So there, you can push that rope away from you exactly the same as you can pull it to you. Tom told me one time, if you can pull a log chain, you can push it. Well, if you can pull a rein, you can push it. And today that lead rope is the rein. There's a step. Now, if you can clear the box, ask for another step or ask for the horse to step towards. It's too much, huh?
Yeah, that was too much.
Yeah. And this is just a good way to practice communicating. It's not about getting the horse to the step-up box. It's about communicating your idea to your horse. The step-up box it's immaterial. She could be standing on the ground and do this. But this is just another challenge and another opportunity to work with your horse and another opportunity for your horse to work with you. One step forward, just one. Don't ask for 4. That's better. Ask for what you need. There it is. And you're petting. Now ask for what you need. You're the only one who can decide what you need. And if this looks like paint drying, good. Because this is not about making this horse do anything. This is about asking a question and rewarding the horse for trying to figure out the answer. There it is. And don't be afraid to use your fingertips when you're petting that thing. I know she's got a little dirt on her, and those even with gloves on, you can scratch her hair and make her skin feel good. One step. Keep increasing that till you get one step. Make sure that you're giving her the correct direction. There. Now ask for one more step. Make sure that you're sending her in the direction that you need her to go in. Think before you do. Now you can always regroup when she does that and bring her straight towards you along the side.
Okay.
But what we don't want is her making laps around you. When you're that close, you can grab the halter. You look for that try. There you go. Remember, this is an exercise in practicing communication. It's not about the step-up box. It's about a human and a horse learning to communicate. You want to go straight forward now? One step. And you take your time and you relax and you make that one step easy. There you go. One more step with your inside front, and you can lay across her and scratch her belly. But only ask for what you need. You're wrecking there. There. Now when you lean, you just keep rubbing that rib cage until you're further and further over. And you can take your hand and you can push down on her back a little. All right, start her over. You're starting to put a little weight on her back. This is a little bit different than getting on the fence, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. Now can you lay across the front of the back of her neck and put a little weight on her? There. Remember, you're teaching. This isn't about Samantha riding her colt. This is about Samantha and her colt coexisting and communicating with each other. When old Phoenix can't stand still anymore because it's more than she can bear, she moves her feet. Instead of Samantha getting mad at her and correcting her or punishing her, she just starts over and builds on what she had before Phoenix moved her feet. Now, lay down on the front of her neck and withers, put a little weight on her, and just scratch her. If you put more weight on her, you can scratch her further. That's going to be your legs someday. Now you can get up on your tippy toes and lay a little more on her. Scratch. There comes a point where they just automatically move, and I'd like for you to scratch her. When she just starts to move, I want you to scratch her and see if she can find a place to stand still. Now stand on your tippy toes and put a little more weight on her, but keep scratching. There. You see how she's standing there pretty good?
Yeah.
Now you're going to get a little further on her. Put your belly button on her back, and you're going to scratch her. And what are you going to do if your feet are off the box and she moves? What are you going to do, Samantha? You're going to bend her.
Yeah.
You're not going to fall off the box, though.
No. Try not to.
So now you bring her and start over. No place in here has she gotten punished, has she?
Nope.
We're educating. We're not punishing. We educate the ignorance. Ignorance is just the absence of knowledge. We educate the ignorance and reward the slightest try. Do you see how she's already starting to get interested in standing in front of that box?
Yeah.
It's getting easier and easier to get this little piece. Well, this little piece will turn into the whole ball of wax here pretty quick. Now lay on her neck and rub her shoulder. And she's standing still, isn't she?
Yeah.
Now stand up and ask for a step. There's that step. Rub, rub, till she stands still. Ask for another step forward at the angle that she's at. There it is. One step forward at the angle she's at. But it has to be a forward step. There it is. Now lay on her withers and scratch her shoulder. All right, start over. We got to the point of we couldn't do anything with that, could we?
Yeah.
And like I said, we are intentionally not using a flag or a stick, because with that, you could reach over her back and rub her completely under the belly, couldn't you?
Yeah.
But that is not what we're trying to get done today. What we're trying to get done today is you and Phoenix communicating. When you're close enough, you know when you're close enough, put a little weight on her neck or her withers. But now she's getting into that habit. So now back her up before you send her to this other side and start over. There, good. Just get her to focus. There. Remember, we can only reward her when she's trying. When she goes on autopilot, that's when we have to educate her. When she starts doing something that is no value to both of us, we educate the ignorance and reward the slightest try. One step forward so that you can start laying on her. One more step with the inside front foot. There it is. Now one more step. And you're the one that has to decide how much feel to offer. There. Now you're in a pickle because the box is in the way of the inside hind foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you have, there it is. That was a nice adjustment. Now you can rub down, and while you rub down, you can lay on her neck. And you can pet her face. Now you can stand on your tippy toes and lay on her withers. No. There's a step. Reward it. Don't be afraid to reward them for that try. And don't miss the try.
Yeah.
We need a step forward. There. Ask again. Be real picky about where you ask her to go. There. There it is. Now you can lay on her and scratch her shoulder. There. Now you can put a little weight on her back and get your belly button on her shoulder, on her withers. Right there. You rub until she stops. We're trying that for a minute. Now you need to step forward. I don't want her to move because there's weight on her.
Yeah.
So you put a little weight on her back. You can do that by pushing down, then release, and pet her some more. Now ask again. Push down. And rub her. Now stand up. Now, if you're not in a position to go any further than that, at least you put weight on her back and she didn't leave.
Yeah.
You can just lay right there. And that's there. Now push down with your shoulders just a little bit. There. Now we have to start over, don't we?
Yeah.
And we could make this easier by putting the box next to the fence, but that is not, once again, what we're trying to do. We are not trying to get her to the box. We are practicing communicating between Samantha and Phoenix. If you make the box the objective, you're gonna miss all the important stuff. Now you can lay on that and see if she'll stand still with a little weight. Hold. Don't let her drift too much with her mind. One step forward and add a little weight. Just one. There it is. There. Now. There. Rub.
Now do we start over?
Back her up 2 or 3 steps and start over. Come on. Make her back up. Make her work at it a little bit. There you go. Now send her over to the other side and start over. Remember your goal. Remember your goal. There it is. Push down. Now ask for a step. There. Lay across her neck or lay across her withers and give her a scratch and push down. Just lay there. Now stand up and ask her for another step. And all I want you to do is just lay there. Ask for that step. There it is. Now, lay on top of her withers. You're not in any danger, because what are you going to do if she goes crazy? You're going to bend her.
Just bend her.
Now stand up straight. Get on your tippy toes, high as your toes will go. Lay on her and hold. Whoop. Start over. What you want to do, sis, is you want to add more and more weight. And since it isn't a speed event, we're all golden. If we make the box the primary objective of this exercise, we will have missed the primary objective of this exercise. Get her close enough to start laying on her. There it is. And you push down, put a little weight on her, and then you pet her. Put a little weight on her, then pet her. On and then off. Shake the rope just a tiny bit when she takes off walking like that, and see if you can get her to think backwards instead of forwards. Okay? Back her up. If we change her mind, sometimes that's all that's necessary, is to change her mind. If she's thinking forward, if we could just do a little thing to cause her to not think forward, the end result might change. Very nice. One step forward. There you go. Wiggle the rope just a little bit. There. Now, there. Now put a little weight on her. Now get off. Now get on your tippy toes. Put a little weight on her. There. Now back her up. She's trying to go forward again, isn't she?
Yeah.
Remember, we have to make our corrections. She's not in trouble for going forward, but you're rewarding her for following your feel. If she takes off walking, maybe we didn't present a good enough feel.
Yeah.
Maybe. Now, if she's being a turd, we'd answer the question different. But she's being really good. Hell, you've never done this before.
Yeah, I've never done it.
She's never done it before. She's not even broke the sit-on longer than about a minute.
Yeah.
Well, now you're teaching her to walk up here and say, hey, Samantha, can you just climb up here and lay? And when we get this a little better, we'll do the whole Jeffries thing.
Yeah.
But until we get this better, we're not going to have you jumping up and down beside her.
Oh, no.
We're going to have you, I want you to be able to do the Jeffries thing off this box. And if it takes more than one day, it takes more than one day. It's not a speed event. So right there, she's getting pretty I want you to catch her quicker so that she quits doing that, swinging that hindquarters away from the box. But I want you to step her forward right now, just straight forward. Now I want you to step her forward, one more step, straight forward.
I got it a little sooner, but not soon enough.
Yep. We want to try to catch it at the thought. And it can be done. Step her towards the box. Good. Now I want you to put your armpit on her withers. And I want you to step off the box and slide down her leg. Step towards her. There. Now I want you to start over. Straight forward. There. Whoa, wiggle her up. You're late.
Yep.
Try again. Back her up a step. Now ask her to come straight forward. You could get on in that position. There you go. Right there. One more step forward. One step forward. Very nice. Up. We were late. She can't move her front feet forward if you're trying to back her up, can she?
Yeah.
We need to make our corrections a little quicker. Now, lay your armpit on her shoulder. Step off the box and slide down her leg. And rub her. One more time. So, do what you need to do. She needs to follow that feel and read your intentions. The clearer you are about that, the easier it will be to get done what you're trying to get done. All right. There it is. Now keep all your weight on your armpit and step off the box and keep your feet off the ground. You got to keep your feet off the ground. How are you going to do that? You're going to push down with your body and hold yourself up. If she moves, you're going to bend her if you're worried. There. Now, can you hold your feet? If you can hold your feet off the box, just pick your feet up. Push down with your arm and pick up your feet. You can do it, sis. There. Pick up one foot. There. Now stand up on the box. Now get a little further on her back. Get closer to her. Now pick up one foot. Now pick up the other one. Pick them both up. You can do it.
I need to get further over.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay. But you see how she held her ground a little longer?
Yeah.
And you were putting more weight on her?
Yeah.
Do that one more time, and we're going to call this session a success.
Okay.
All right? Get her positioned, get her properly set up. That's a good spot right there. If you can pull it off, if you can't, make your adjustments. And you get a little further and you pick up your feet. Both feet. Both feet. Now step down. Yes. Samantha, look at me. That's the beginning.
It's the beginning.
Good job.